Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I was due in Nashville, Tennessee, and here on the Hermitcraft server, we are trying a little bit of an experiment. I've got my computer back from the shop. I've had to basically reset, reinstall everything. I'm going to try to record this in 1080p. Hopefully it works. Please leave feedback on any sort of technical issues you see in the YouTube comment sections below. But you know what? The sun is setting on our dear Hermitcraft 6 server. Whoops, escape is not the button I wanted to hit there. But you know, sometimes we need to make our own escape. And I was hoping to take advantage of the time while the computer was in the shop to do a little bit around the server. As you can see here, I mined out 44,000 blocks in the nether. And you might be like, Joe, what are you going to do with all of that netherrack? Well, that's right, kitten. Every block of netherrack is an opportunity. We have an incredible opportunity here to harangue and distract our opponents in the upcoming war. When this flag goes down here, you know, everybody's like focused on the war element of the prank war. They're like, what kind of guns can we make? What kinds of explosions and landmines? What I ask myself is, what kind of pranks can we make? And what I want to do is I want to rapidly deploy weaponized architecture. Now, that's not a great acronym, RDWA, rapidly deploy weaponized architecture, but maybe weaponized architecture rapid deployment. Ward. We are going to ward off the enemy by building some buildings really quickly in inconvenient places for them. Like, let's say that they've got these little gas windows over here. What if they looked out those windows and there was a full-scale model of the Sears Tower? But Joe, Sears Towers, they're really tall. They take a lot of blocks. Well, let me tell you something. I have been taking advantage of the fact that I've gathered a ton of netherrack. Oh, also, I grabbed a ton of obsidian too, because, you know, you want to make the outside at least obsidian, because the Sears Tower, it looks awesome in that way. Now, you guys might know that recently I did some additions over here to the outside of our wonderful little Ministry of Truth. Whoops. And you can see I've actually come in here and added some lights down there underneath the glass that should keep mobs from spawning. Oh, you know what though? While I'm down here, hey Fishy, we have a ton of kitties that we're responsible for now. So, enjoy being lunch. Let's just spearfish real quickly. Cleo has brought her ginger army to the base. You might have seen that one cat at the top of the base there, but I believe she has brought around 50 cats total to the base. And I believe cats love raw fish. Not that raw, but pretty raw. So we need to go ahead. Ooh, fish head. Cats love fish heads. If there's one thing I've learned from Garfield, it's that cats love fish heads. So anyway, looks like the zombies have started to notice us. That is okay. We're just going to hunt a few more of these fellas and be on our way. But, where was I? Oh, yeah, fish heads. Fish. I added some additional lighting down inside the Ministry of Truth. So that way, while the zombies continue to spawn out here, they're not as much of a threat when I go down inside of one of my little nomad bolt holes here. I've been actually secretly establishing little places with a bed here and there all over the server, so that way I don't end up like in mortal peril, like without anywhere to sleep or store extra food or armor nearby. One of them was way down here in this pillar. Just swim down here, and then you swim back up, right? Not really in anyone's way. But I decided, what if I just put in a ton of furnaces and cooked a ton of netherrack? Boom, check that out. Double chest, almost entirely full of nether brick. We are going to weaponize and rapidly deploy some serious architecture. So one thing I wanted to check, I saw in Welsknight's video where he built a war room that the maps were a little bit out of date about the Ministry of Truth. It didn't show all the new areas I had put in. So I kind of want to come in here and check out Cubfan's map room, which clearly is not accessible via that one. Is it this one? Yeah, here it is. Map room. Ta-da! Oh, I can see that Welsknight has somehow installed a darker version of the same map. How is that darker? What did he do to accomplish that? That's so weird. But it is neat seeing that's all done. Oh, hey, you actually can see that this is all finished now. Never mind. Thank you, Welsknight. You saved me some trouble. We might be on opposite teams, but, you know, sometimes you do my work for me. Thanks. Oh, look, there's Python's little thing. This map is so cool. Thank you to Cub, too, for making this. You know what the problem is, I bet? I bet there's not equal lighting behind each of these things. Yeah, that's probably what's causing that. That's very curious. Or maybe some of the lights dim at different rates? That's so strange, but it's neat. Anyway, thanks Cub and Wells for doing that work for me. I guess all I have to do now is feed the cats and go work on our peace room for our base. Luckily, we've got the back door still open here on account of the ceasefire still being in effect. Oh, here you go, buddy. There you go. Cleo has been busy putting in a bunch of armor stands all through here to make sure it has the appearance of a room full of players with potions of invisibility. You might say, Joe, why would you want a room full of players with potions of invisibility? Well, because I want to stand here with a potion of invisibility in iron armor and then jump out and scare people later. Right? That sounds like a good move. Good strategy. That's what I'm doing. Now, let's see here. What have we got here? We've got horses, more cats. Here you go, cat. You're doing a great job. We need to get name tags for these cats, guys. I don't know what to call them, but enjoy the fish. Let's see. Are any more cats hanging out, palling around down here? Alrighty. So we're going to attempt Grian's entrance here. It literally just causes you 3.5 hearts of damage. Grian, that's not a good entrance. We're going to need a way to come down here when we don't have our best armor on. This is pretty fancy, though. I will give you that. We've got an enchanting stand. We got cakes to fix that damage that we're inevitably going to take when we fall. Ooh, player head chests for when we kill the other team, I guess? Like, maybe this is where we... No, wait, but she's on our team. No, never mind. This is where we store our own gear. Okay, so if I roll in here and I'm like, I got to store this extra kelp, let's spread it around a little bit so it dries faster. Boom, I can just put my kelp in there. Come back, it'll be all dry. Oh, and we do have a place to store this stuff. You know, I might actually move a bunch of my leather armor into these chests so I can wear those on raids because they look cool. I want to dye it cool colors, you know? Also, are these beds actually going to work, or are these also going to be obstructed or missing? Because these look like dangerous beds. But, okay, so this takes us back up to here. Very secret exit only. Well, it's about to not be a secret because there's no way back down. So, oh, that's cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm kind of getting a mental map of this place, which is good because, you know, the inside of a base should be as simple and streamlined as possible. You know, we've got... You know, I was kind of thinking, though, when I made this ravine wider, that we were going to use the ravine itself more. I guess that is something that we have chosen not to do. But that's fine. Ooh! This is where we get... Whoa! Oh, this is nice. Okay, I'm excited about this. Oh, look at those little candles! This is definitely awesome. Okay. Core concept, I'm very excited about this base. I think it has a lot of potential, and that we'll be able to do quite a bit with it. Let's just take a second and admire it from a few angles. This is not an optimal admiration angle because we're looking straight into the water pillar. But I bet if we came over this way, and we just took a second to breathe it in, this is a good start. This is a good start for a base. I was kind of thinking I want to put in the peace room somewhere here, because the other base has a war room, and we need a peace room. So, can I just, like, start picking places and do that wherever? Like, is there a... Oh, this is the way up. Let's... Is there a rule to, like, where rooms go in here? Or can I just kind of say, like, this is a room now? Because this, to me, looks a lot like a room. Since I didn't actually bring literally anything with me I could use to light or decorate this room, what I'm thinking is, for right now, we'll just go ahead and close that back up. We'll run back to the Ministry of Truth and drop off all this excess netherrack, and then be back here to begin work on our peace room. Time skip! we are back above the GTeam base, and look at these little kitten soldiers. They're just adorable. Enjoy your wonderful fishies for your hard work, kitties. We'll get you names yet, but you know what? At least you're not starving in the meantime. Now, in the meantime, one thing I do need to do is gather a whole bunch of paper from over here so that I can make a bunch of maps and copy Cubfam's maps for our peace room. I think I'm also going to need a whole bunch of item frames, but I don't know. Those come from cows, and maybe I don't know how cows work in Minecraft. So now I'm on fire somehow from a skeleton with flaming arrows. We're going to swim under the water, and quickly. There's the fast swim button. Thank you, the water, for providing us such shelter as we might need. And hey, for giving us a little bit of night vision there. We're just going to swim in here real quick. And actually, let's go ahead and manufacture those maps. Turn night into day, do all that stuff. Time skip. I have gathered the 4x2 grid of maps I need to make this segment. I don't really need or care about Mumbo or Green Space or the Christmas District or whatever being represented in our peace room, because this is a piece for all hermits, not just the ones involved in the war. But the peace room is inside of one of the war bases, so it's probably going to be a peace room just for the hermits involved in the war. We're going to have to segment that out somehow. And honestly, I don't want to copy 99 maps. You know, this isn't a song about Luft balloons. We don't have all day. Also, here's a fish kitten. Yeah, you're doing a good job. Meow to you too. Ah, that's a chandelier. And you know what? You get an extra one, because you've been doing extra good. Good job, kitty. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, we're going to go dig a hole in a wall and hope we don't get in trouble. Time skip. Alrighty, so we are going to set to work. Follow it. Oh, that's a creeper. He's not supposed to be down there. Kittens, you better keep that creeper up on that ledge. I don't want him jumping down and messing with my room here. Wow, I managed to get that every time. I'm doing a great job. Also, I'm really glad there wasn't just a creeper back here waiting to pounce on me, because that would have been, as the kids say, borderline embarrassing. Dad, please stop. So, we're just gonna... Whoa, there is fast mining going on in here. Somebody else put a torch back here, because I guess they knew this was gonna be a awesome room one day. Whoa! Okay. This is convenient, actually. I don't have to mine this out if I do the peace room back here. But I really kind of wanted the room you would walk into it and it would be in front of you, not like you'd walk down a weird hallway and go sideways, right? That just kind of seems... Now, I guess one option for that is I could put the door here. No, that's directly not going to work. Well, either way, I didn't want to steal what looked like an important doorway space for, you know, because, like, I'm sure somebody like Iskall has a big plan for that wall or this wall. This wall here, this is the least important wall. So we can just go ahead and start developing our peace room in this area without having to worry about getting in any other hermit's ways. This is a very good peace room so far, except for the ceiling. We need to do something about the ceiling. We need to open it up. You know, just kind of... Whoa, man, efficiency 5 with haste 2 beacons really does make you go faster. You guys were all telling me that when I was digging out that ravine, but I didn't believe you. Sometimes I should have believed you. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking maybe this room should have spruce log pillars on the outside, because they are cheap and I have a ton of spruce logs. And because I want to imitate a little bit Welsknight's design, which had some logs in it, I believe. And if we are trying to parody his design, we need to kind of make fun of it a little bit through material choice. And so on this wall here, what I was kind of thinking was that we would try to set up a nuclear disarmament symbol to indicate that this is a peace room, not a war room. Other places, you know, they put weapons and stuff in near their maps, so you can tell it's a war room. But If we got a big old nuclear disarmament symbol in here, people would know what was what. So if I did an 8 wide circle, the room is too short. And if I do a 7 wide circle, the room is too narrow. I'm not sure that I could fit the circle much smaller than that, though. So maybe what we should do is we'll just abandon this entire project and walk away and claim that Tango Tech built it. Tango Tech's unfinished room. And we'll leave a typo in there so everybody knows that this is really made by Tango Tech. Okay. Well, until next time, y'all. This is... Just kidding. We're not going to do that. We're going to actually figure this out. But how? One option would be to rotate to do the nuclear disarmament symbols on the side walls here. And that would allow us to not have to worry. Now, they'd be still visible when you come in here, but we could possibly do something else with this wall and open this up a bit more. Now, 1, 2, 3. Let's say we're going to have to remove those blocks no matter what we do, basically. So let's just go ahead and back this wall off a little bit here and take a look at it. So assuming that we started here, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that means we have to make the room 9 high to fit the symbol in properly, but we could probably do it. So you walk into this room, you got a map, you got 2 nuclear disarmament symbols. I just want this to say in a very visceral way that it was inspired by Welsknight. I want people to enter this room and just feel that Welsknight connection. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put more kind of logs in the corners. I think that's a very Welsknight thing to do. And maybe add a little depth. You know, Welsknight is really a deep guy. And so if we can add some depth to this, that'll really make this pop with that Welsknight spirit, you know? Now, I know Welsknight likes doing weird stuff with stairs. So maybe we could do a bunch of quartz stairs. That would probably bother him. Like in some sort of weird kind of way. Like if we had them come down like this, which is already kind of comparable to that part of the room, but not quite, in a kind of like awkward, not perfect way. But here's what we're going to do now. We're going to just kind of come in here, have the stairs all be kind of weird. And then when we run out of stairs, we'll just kind of put something else up there, like white concrete or something. That turned out better than I expected. This was supposed to be like a hideous, terrible idea, but I think I'm beginning to like it. So let's toss these ladders up here sufficiently that we can jump across. No, that was a poor jump. Okay. Oh, you know why? Because we banged our head. Let's give us some vertical clearance. Parabolically arc. Nope, that was wrong. Core concept. This is a Joe Hills video, so we're going to do a lot of bad jump. Oh, okay, I was going to nail it that time. New plan. We're going to stand on the ladder and click the blocks. There we go. There! Look at that! Nothing says inspired by Welsknight like a giant peace symbol, running out of quartz, some extra spruce logs. Although I don't love this wall. Should probably do something with it. We're going to throw some white glass on this wall, I think, guys. Just a little bit. To kind of express the depth of our inspiration. There we go. That's really something now. That's really something. People would be like, Joe, why didn't you use blue glass blocks for this? That would look so much better. This is a torture chamber. It's not supposed to look good. This is the bad place, Welsknight. This is the bad place. Okay, so our scaffolding is now worthless and blocking our view. So, one of the things about building an efficient torture chamber is you inevitably end up causing yourself a lot of grief. So we are just going to move this whole thing down one layer. So like Michelangelo, we can look upward at the ceiling while we work on it. Boom. This fellas and everyone else is our Sistine Chapel. This is the greatest ceiling we will ever construct in Hermitcraft. just to bother Welsknight. So we can just go ahead and recover our little construction materials here. And I think that we definitely have created a room. If Welsknight is breaking into our base, let's say Welsknight infiltrates our base, right? He's Wells Infiltrator in this scenario. He's going to come in, he's going to see the sign, Peace Room inspired by Welsknight. Maybe he won't even read the Psychological Torture Chamber for Same sign. He'll come in here, he'll see that this map is off center. He'll see that this wall, I ran out of quartz. He'll see that this is the mirror image of that, but they're not like, it's weird. Why is this floor seam not right? The ceiling is madness. These torches don't line up. I think we got him, guys. I think we got him. Welsknight, welcome to a peace room. Yay. Some people might say, Joe, you're being a little bit passive-aggressive here, but you know, this whole war, there's so much to get done. We all need to do our part. So I'm glad to the G team for giving me this opportunity to contribute a little bit to the overall look and feel of the base. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.